Hey everybody, welcome. Sorry for the slightly late start. I'm still having a bit of time estimating how long it takes me to do stuff. Uh, Hello, Connor. Hello. Good afternoon. And Gwen says hello. And Gwen says to Connor Harrison, hello. And Connor says, hey. Gwen says, hey, yo. Gwen, do you mind if I go ahead and give Connor a wrench, just so he's easier to spot when he's in? Not that I have an overwhelming chat, but that seems to be the way people are going, and I'm cool with that if you are. Sorry about the voice. Let's see, what else was it? The next Lego build has arrived today. I figure this and this one will both be good options for office decorations at my desk at work. So I figured it would be nice to have a match set. And while I'm thinking about it, before I actually start for the stream, I'm going to quickly glue in the parts that have been falling off, which are these pieces here and the water, because I want to be able to move this around without stuff falling out of it. So give me a second here. And I will quickly glue them together. Since I don't really plan on taking this apart, let's go ahead and do this over the cardboard, so if I drip any, it doesn't wind up on the table. Gwen says I don't have a problem with that. Okay, let me see. How do I do this? There we go. All right, standard moderator. There we go. All right, that's taking care of that. And Connor says my old coworker that has a Bonsai Lego said she enjoyed building it. Thank you very much. I haven't had much luck building stuff or much enjoyment of building stuff with the plant, tree, leafy stuff. But that's been on, there we go. That's been on the micro ones, which I think are a whole lot more flexible than the actual Lego ones. And there we go. Don't forget these. I don't want to lose them. I doubt I'm going to forget them. All right. And the fun part is if I can do this without actually getting it all over my fingers. This is probably going to be a relatively short Lego stream because I've only got 2 bags to go through. All right. Hopefully that's enough on that one. That's it. And all right. We'll get this one here. For those that were on Aussie Overload's Lego stream with Connor last night, my wife and I, and also our roommate, went out for the Valentine's Day dinner, since on Valentine's Day I'm going to be getting an MRI, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to be up for anything romantic after that. And it's a weekday too, so figured that we'd do it yesterday. And so we went to our favorite local restaurant, which is a Korean barbecue by the name of Salt. And we had a tomahawk steak and salted duck breast that we split between us. And it was absolutely wonderful. We had like 2 different types of kimchi in the appetizers, and it was all around a nice dinner that we got to sit and enjoy and relax. All right, let's see if that's been long enough. Does anything fall out? Nope. All right, we are good to go. Oh, and I did find out that this color is dark orange in Lego parlance. And I can buy a replacement one. It's a 1x3 by 1x1x3 size, and they run about 10 cents. But the problem is that you can't buy just one. Most of the places look like it's a $10 minimum. There's like Lego exchange. There's like a basically it's an eBay for Lego parts. And I'm wondering if maybe I should, since I do want to eventually try and build that Battlestar Galactica Lego build that's like ridiculously large. And since it's not an official kit, you have to buy your own Legos. I was wondering if maybe I should like get the part I need, then get like, $10 or $15 worth of the other parts, and then just set them aside. And every so often, just buy another set of blocks for that until I eventually have enough to do it. All right, there we go. We are ready for bag 10. All right, I think I can hold it here within. Let's see. Let's move this table. And there went bag 11. Fortunately, I have the sword handy. All right. Let's see if we can get in a little better focus. There we go. All right. And let's see. Gwen says, yeah, you don't need any more finger issues. Yep. And Melee Cormier is on. Hey, Melee, nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome. Gwen saying hi to Melee, and Connor saying, Melee, hello. And Melee says, Gwen, how are you? All right. Oh, also, for those who don't know, apparently somebody that Megan used to associate with by the name of Mike, and we're talking about Megan Fox, has apparently offered to basically betray her for like $10,000, if I'm understanding correctly. And since Megan's having a hard time, and I really think highly of Megan, I sent her a super chat saying, I was sad to realize that I'm such a poor friend that BBB has not emailed me about her once. And I think I'm going to have to step up my game. So I'm now going to be doing two braids for Megan. Like every 2 or 3 braids I do, I like to take a break and do a regular traditional pattern braid that's not like custom, and all you're doing is you're selecting the color scheme, but you're not doing, I mean, anybody who's familiar with the braids will recognize it as, it's like this pattern. So what I'm going to do is after I finish up Hayden's braid, since I'm way overdue on that one, and before I start Andrea Burkhart's braid, I am going to do a pattern braid for Megan, whatever of the patterns I'm comfortable doing for her with whatever color scheme she wants. And then after I do Andrea's braid, then I will do her Megan's custom braid. Alrighty, so let me catch up with chat real quick here. And I think, ooh, a lot of chats came in. Okay, and I think, all right, here we go. Then I said, hey, Connor Harrison, how are you? Erica Olson is on. Erica says, hello, Torn, Gwen, and Connor, and Melee. And Gwen says, I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well. Connor says, Melee, not bad. Just had lunch and now driving trucks. And Gwen says, Erica, hello. And Connor says, Erica, what's up? And Melee says, hey, Erica, how are you? And Melee says, Connor Harrison, nice. And Melee says, Gwen, I've got COVID, almost passed out yesterday, but I feel better. I am so sorry to hear that, Melee. I hope that you get to be feeling much better soon. And Melee says, oh, no, I hope you feel better soon, which I agree with. All right, let's see. How many votes do we have? Nope. Let's see. It's not telling me that yet. Oh, there it is. Okay, it looks like we have 4 votes. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll let it go a little bit longer before I start talking about it. But they took, I guess I can start now. That's most of the people are here. They went ahead and took off the bandage, and I can make it do with Band-Aids or these. But basically, along the nail, there are like line marks or cracks where the nail is broken. And I can tell that's where the router bit like walked its way across my finger. Actually, what happened is my finger went in and it pulled it across. I had about seven cut marks. The biggest is an actual cut on just a regular finger here. And it is, it's closed up and it is healing, and I'm not really in any pain at this point. But I figure when it was running at 24,000 RPM, if I've got 7 marks, say that's 4 rotations of the tool, that was a very short amount of time before it kicked my finger out of the way. So I am definitely very lucky there. So main thing is there's still a spotted nail that's like no longer fully attached. I mean, it was completely separated, but its back is kind of acting as a bandage. So I'm trying to be careful that doesn't get accidentally pulled off. The rest of them, they're just split. So it's just a matter of waiting for it to grow out and the rest of the stuff to heal up. So I am doing much, much better with this, and a lot better than I could have been. All right, let's see. Erica says, I hope you're better soon, Meili. And Meili says, thanks. And Erica says, that sounds nice, Doran. Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling mostly better. I have an EMG test tomorrow, which is, all right, so I need a 2x2 green, low profile, and it looks like one of these with a through hole. And basically an EMG test is where they stick needles into the appropriate body part. One of these and another one of these. And so this goes there. And then this goes on top. All right, then we need one of these, I believe. Yep, that looks like it. And looks like it goes in that way. All right. And then we have one of these, and looks like one of these. All right. Now where was I? Crap, I completely lost my, EMG test. Basically, they have needles. There we go. And rotate that. It's not a straight thing. It's got a T or cross, plus sign cross section. And there we go. Now you can see it. And these are T sections, and they go in. Anyway, as I was trying to say, and I keep getting distracted, they have needles, and what they do is for the first part of the test, they put a needle in relatively high up on the limb and one relatively low down, and then the upper needle generates a signal, and the lower one registers how long it takes to send that signal down your nerves. And then the other half of it is they stick needles in you and make you like flex your muscles or whatnot, and they read how much nerve signal that your body generates before the muscle actually activates. So between that, they're supposed to figure out what's going on with your all right, so I think that's the one there. So one of those, and okay, there we go, one of those, and there we go, one of those, and I believe one of these, and is that it? Looks like there's a little more to it than just a straight piece, but I don't see it. It's not gray. It's one of the black ones. That's how they signify the black. Okay, there we go. Let's move this bit over so I can get a little better. So anyway, I've got that test Monday, and that goes with where I see the full-on neurologist that day. And once I'll have a chance to hopefully get a little more diagnosis of what's going on there, or they decide more tests. And then on Valentine's Day, as I mentioned before, I am scheduled for an MRI for my neck. See if there's anything going on with my neck that's causing problems. All right, and this one goes in here, and then this gets put on here. I do have to say already that I am, okay, that's how that fits. I am in, doesn't quite balance though. I'm definitely hopeful that they'll be able to find something, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, we need 2 of these black connectors and 2 of the short cross pieces and 1 of, I believe it's these connectors, and 1 of these connectors. It's a tube with a slot in it. And 1 round cone piece. Yeah, there it is. All right, let me catch up with chat. Let's see. Gwen says, yeah, those aren't fun. I believe that's right. Yep, that's where I left off. Okay. Did this sounds nice, Jordan. Hope you're feeling better. Melee says, I finished the commission for my colleague. Congrats. I hope that they enjoyed it. Melee, Gwen says, Melee Chromia, yay. And Eric Olson says, nice, Melee. And Connor says, Melee Chromia, what kind of commission was it? Melee says, a portrait with charcoal and graphite to Connor. And Connor says, Melee Chromia, oh, cool. And Melee says, I finished it Friday at 4 a.m. and had to give it to her at 1 p.m. Not much turnaround time to enjoy it before you pass it off, but I can understand that type of deadline. Gwen says, cut that kind of close, didn't you? And Melee says, Gwen, yep. All right. And, okay. Let me take one of these and one of the cross pieces here and mount it through like that. And get it to line up. There we go. And this goes here. All right. And this goes here. So it looks like what this little slot is, the black ones have like a little lip along here, and they go into the open slot there, so you can put them on either end, and you can theoretically rotate them. It holds them there. All right, and this one goes here. Looks like we have a 90-degree offset, and then this goes on there. Doesn't go quite all the way down. Yep, and then this fits in there. Let's see, give it a little more force than I can handle in the air. Oh, that's all the further it goes in. All right, and let's see. Did I miss something there? Oh, no, it's just that's the way that one is. And that goes there. All right. Now I need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. And to make it match the picture, there, 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 there. So after I'm done with this stream, depending on how soon dinner's likely to be ready, I'm probably going to head out to the garage again, see if I can't get the more organizing done. Every time I go out there, I don't get much done at all, which is kind of frustrating to me. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to do more. I've got quite a few. All right, so this one goes in there like that. Okay, so that's just a gravity hold. Oops, there we go. Let's move that up a little bit more. All right, there we go. Sorry. Don't know why my voice is sounding so bad. Mealy says she gave me permission to post on my Insta, so I'm going to post it later today. Congrats on that. And Gwen says, speaking of finishing stuff, I just finished the Christmas request to crochet Princess Luna for my youngest daughter. She likes it, which makes all the effort worth it. Yes, indeed. That's good to hear. And May says, Gwen, that's awesome. And Gwen says, I posted pics earlier today on my YouTube and Insta, and Facebook. And Gwen says, Torrin, every little bit helps. Yep. All right. So, and one of these. The difference is here, instead of another green one, we've got a brown one. Get these together. One on that side, 2 on that side. And then the green flat top. And one of these. And one of the small black ones. And it looks like they are universal or omnidirectional. All right, so one here. And this goes there. And, blue one. Yep, okay. Blue one. Nope. 2 of those. Okay. So one on top here. And then we have another one of these and a blue one. All right, so this goes there. And blue one is got a cross orientation top piece. All right, and one of these and short gray one, which this goes here. And this goes in this way. If I can get it. There we go. All right, we're ready for the next page. We've got about 50 moves, 45 moves left or so. All right, now is the long gray one. And one of these leaf things. All right, so the leaf thing goes here. And this gets seated there. Then we have a spacer. And a cross piece. So cross piece goes on this way. And then this one goes here. And we have another one of these and another gray insert. And okay, this one goes the opposite way as the earlier one. And this also goes in here. All right, next one, we have one of these, one more of these spacers. Let's put it there so it doesn't roll off the page, and one of the small cross pieces. All right, so we start off with this one going in. Sorry if I'm not showing it properly. So, looks like this goes first. And then this cross piece goes here. And then that gets put on this way. Nope. 90-degree turn. There we go. All right, so one of these brown connectors, or dark or nope, these are brown. One cone, one of these, and one of these. So I still need to find, there we go, brown cone. All right, so first one, this goes here. And then cone goes there. And this goes here. And it's not quite as critical because that's got a spinny part in it. I'll catch up real quick. Let's see. Gwen says, oh, thanks, Melee. Melee heart emojis. And Gwen says, if you look at the pics, let me know what you think. And Gwen says, Torrin, are those trees? Yes, they are. Let me show you quick on the cover. They are these trees here. We'll get to see how well I like putting together actual Lego trees. And Melee says, I love the little tongue sticking out. You're really good at crochet. How long did it take you to make it? Melee asking him when. All right. Let's go ahead and. All right. So we need one of an actual trunk piece and one brown small connector, which, there we go. Okay, so that goes in here. If I can press it in hard enough. And this gets oriented this way, it looks like. Get it in the second block. There we go. And we need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. So we have branch there, branch there. It's interesting. One of these is a lot tighter than the other, even though they're theoretically the same. All right, and this one here. Then we have the remaining 4 going 2 on this side, or 2 on this one. And, oops, Alrighty. And this one goes there. All right. Let's see. All right, so I need 68 of these little flower bases here, 34 of the petals, 17 of these, and 17 of these. All right, so it looks like the way they go is one of these, leaf side up, going, oh, actually, I start the other way. Okay. All right, correct orientation here. We do. It's interesting. Ah, okay. Yep, that'll fit on that way. All right, so we have 4 of those for each of these. Oops. Nope, that is right. Okay, so that, and that. And then we have a flower here. And a flower here. And then this goes on this way. And okay. Oops, goes that way. Guess that is going to go a bit like that. All right, so, whoops, whacking the tree branches around. All right, let's go assembly line. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay, so we don't have any extras. And I go this side up, and we have there, 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 and the end, and one here, and one here. Okay, so moving the mouse out of the way here. All right, so I've done 8 of those, and I'm supposed to have a total of 68, so I need 60. Got 8, 10. I want to bother orienting or not. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That's about a third of what I need. So let's go ahead and just add these on for the moment. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are kind of flexy like the the smaller ones are, but since they're larger, it's much easier to manipulate these. And oops, that one doesn't go there. At least it shows up well on the particular floor I've got, so not too bad finding them when they drop. And so I'm just about done with, I think, drawers for the storage stuff. I've got one that's finishing up about 7 something tonight, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 and 7, 38, 39, and 40. So it looks like I got one extra in case I lose one. All right, let me catch up with chat real quick here. And Gwen says, lol, the tongue was my daughter's idea. Every time she looks at it, she giggles. I bought the pattern the day before Christmas. I've been buying material and crocheting since then. And Gwen says, oh, I'm only so good at crocheting because I've been doing it for about 50 years. Yeah, I'm kind of that way with the braiding. And Gwen says, have you all hit the like button yet? Thank you again for the reminder, Gwen. And Millie says, do you have the next project? To Gwen. And Gwen says, I'm currently finishing up the Christmas blanket. I only need 9 more blocks. And Millie says, Gwen, nice. And Connor says, I think they should provide more than one extra piece for those small parts. Yeah, that is one nice thing about the cheapo kits. I don't know if they're cheapo, but the smaller ones, the micro blocks, they seem to have more spare parts, but they're also much more difficult to put together. But they are a lot less expensive to get and build. Thing I'm worried about is whether or not I'll have strength to keep doing them if they can't figure out what's wrong with me. And at least I'm getting these put together relatively quickly. And so I do expect to have this done in less than another hour or so. Anyway, what I was trying to say earlier before I got distracted is I'm going to go out to the garage a bit more, try and get a little more organized out there until dinner. I'll come in for dinner, and then after dinner, I'm going to come up here and see if I can get the controller, the wheel controller for the trucking stuff put together, and if it'll work on my system. I think I've got a potentially bad USB port because last couple of times since I've rebuilt the computer, I've had to come up, I want to come up to start a stream. The overhead camera up here does not actually show up on the system, and I have to unplug it and plug it back in. I did that today as well, and it still didn't show up, so I moved it to another port. So I'm hoping that it's actually like the port as opposed to the camera, because finding another port that works shouldn't be too much of a problem. And worst case scenario, I can add a USB card in the machine. If it's the camera, that's a lot more expensive. All right. And the other fun news is I was able to see that I got down just slightly below 220 pounds today. I'm shooting for below 200, and the fact that I have been unable to exercise has been a little bit of a worry for me. The fact I'm still able to at least lose weight if I'm careful with what I eat is a little source of hope for me. Though I did realize yesterday when we were going out to eat that I hadn't really had anything to eat that day, which I suppose was at least a little bit of a benefit because I was able to eat without getting full. Because usually when I eat, I fill up fairly quickly. But we were able to mostly finish off what we'd ordered. So I was happy about that. But I realize that's not a good thing to do regularly. But my normal at work meals is I have what's called a no bun hoagie from Wawa, which is basically the fillings that I like from the different sandwiches with no bun, so I keep the carbs down there. And then for the morning and afternoon break, I try to do a cup of yogurt. All right, so I need a total of 34 of these, and I got 4 on already, so I just need 30 more. All right, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. It looks like one extra of the darker pink flowers. All right. So we have one here and one here. And let's see, leaf goes on this way, and there we go. And one there. Okay. I feel like I need to clean my throat out, but it doesn't seem to work. Voice is sounding a little bit better, at least to me. These are relatively easy to remember where they go. But they are a little hard to line up. Oh, for those who haven't heard, Nick reached a plea deal on his plea agreement on his case. He's getting essentially what at least what I'm used to jurisdictions I'm in called is retained jurisdiction, which basically means that the case is not finalized. He's given some stuff he needs to do, and if he completes those things and doesn't get into trouble, when it's done, the judge says, okay, we're going to basically dismiss the case. It doesn't like go away. It just means that it's effectively not what they originally could have sentenced for it, and winds up being like a lesser, it effectively doesn't happen. It's still on the books so that they know about it, but it doesn't have the downstream penalties for having served that or having been convicted of that offense. And as a result of it, April and Kayla both have their charges dismissed, and looks like he's not going to have to actually serve any in-facility time. He has to complete drug treatment, which apparently he has already done, and he's talked about how on other streams that I've watched that he had done that already. So it looks like when all's said and done, a couple years down the road, it'll effectively have, legally speaking, not have happened to him if he's able to successfully complete it. And so I hope that he's able to resolve. I always hope that he is able to finish those things and start broadcasting again, because I enjoy his take on legal matters. And this channel would not exist if it weren't for his inspiration and letting me know that I'd already passed some of the hardest hurdles of getting your channel started. Let's see, I'm missing. Or am I missing one? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I am very appreciative for that. I also had a chance to meet him in person when he came to Philly in April, like 2 years ago. So I am very hopeful that things do wind up progressing the way it looks like they're going to. Though I do have to say that I am very disappointed that people who were nominally his friends seem to be taking great joy in his misfortune with this. So it'll be interesting to see when that's all said and done, if they mend fences or not. But I understand the lure of targeting the Nick's hate watchers, but that's not really something I'm interested in ever pursuing. And my opinion of some of the people of LawTube has kind of dropped as a result, especially since a lot of them really should have better understood how this was likely to play out, similar to how it actually has. And I think Ian probably had the best take on it, in that there's not anything really interesting to cover there, legally speaking. This is kind of the way a lot of these cases happen for first-time offenses. And as Robert Barnes has commented, that when you put up a vigorous defense, you're probably not going to win at the trial court level for a lot of those defenses, but it puts them on notice that you are aware of them, and there are things that can be brought up on appeal. And one of the things that trial court judges really hate, in my understanding, is getting overturned on appeal. So if they can get a plea deal where the defendant agrees to the deal, they, in most cases, don't actually appeal those. especially if it winds up being a favorable outcome that doesn't bankrupt them or use a ton of their resources to fight it. That makes the court happy. They got their conviction. It makes the defendant happy. They wind up with an eventual long-term thing that they can deal with, that they don't have to spend a ton of money on. But you have to like actively be I guess you'd say, troublesome defendant as far as you keep raising things for them to want to do that. Because if you don't, they can just go through the process and basically proceed how they want if you are not like actively making it difficult for them. So, but anyway, that's enough about Nick's situation. But I was glad to hear that looks like the eventual outcome will have him back on the air relatively soon. And he said I think on Camelot stream plus the one where he covered the school pew pew thing recently, that he's not going to be drinking on stream, and that it was a crutch for his show. And he doesn't plan on. Let's see. I think it does go on the top here too. And that he's going to try and have a much more structured show and put more research into what he needs to do to have a good show that doesn't rely on him drinking for the entertainment portion of it. All right. And I think we just about have this tree here. Alrighty. Oops, I'm sorry, you guys didn't see that. There we go. I'll take the tree out so you guys can see it. I think that worked out pretty well. Put that back in. I am a little concerned that it's, oops, let me catch up with chat here. Let's see. All right. And I think this is where I left off. Maley says, Connor Harrison, have you finished the Jeep logo? And Gwen says, I wonder how many of those micro pieces end up embedded in feet. Don't know, but they are smaller. They're not quite as painful, but you can have more of them. Connor says, Maley, nope, I gave up on the Jeep because there is a connecting piece that is half of a stud short for some reason. Maybe I'll break it down to rebuild it one day. And Gwen says, Torrin, Galling's channel. Oh, Torrin's, that's supposed to be Torrin's gaming channel link. Thank you very much for that, Gwen. Yep, gaming channel. And Maley says, Connor Harrison, I hope you'll be able to finish it one day. And Connor says, Maley, one day. Well, I'm quite the procrastinator. I know what that's like. And Maley says, Connor Harrison, same here. I've been having a lot of trouble forcing myself to do things. It's getting frustrating. However, I do have an appointment scheduled with a therapy practice specifically for ADHD, so I'm hoping that I'll have something that'll be improving there. And Gwen says, procrastination, the maker of works in progress, WIP. And Maley Corby says, looking good, Torrent. Thank you very much. And Gwen says, that's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. How is this supposed to orient? Okay. This got twisted around a little bit. There we go. That's how that's supposed to go. And let's get them on here. All right, so one there, one here. This is definitely a lot easier than some of the trees that the micro builds have had me do. It's getting to the point where I've started passing up builds that have a lot of vegetation in them just because it's such a pain in the butt. All right. Let's see. Back here, just to make sure my orientations are correct. All right, so this goes here, that goes there, and there we go. All right, so this one goes here, and 3 more. I think what I'll do is I will do these in alternating directions to avoid bumping into each other. Make sure that's seated properly. There we go. All right, we have that tree there. And so far, we are looking like that. Oh, sorry, hand cramp. My apologies. This really sucks. I have been having a lot of muscle cramps lately. I'm not sure if it's just because I don't have enough electrolytes or what, but I've been trying to eat well. All right, so that's there. All right, now let's move these out of the way here. Don't have to worry about adding to the other bag just yet. There's not that many. I have to remember to put that back in a pocket when I'm done. Because if I don't, I'm going to have the same thing happen that happened to me last week, where I left it up here and couldn't find it for like 2 days. Those there. And this is going to be, I believe, an evergreen tree. All right. We have 2 of these with a base and a flat top. I do that over 2 moves, but I can just kind of do this all at once. Actually, it looks like I got 4 trees that I'm doing. All right, so we have the red one, which goes like this. Got to make sure to keep things on screen. And then we have one of these gray 4x. So I sit on here and rotate about 90 degrees. And then we have 4 of these. Sorry if I'm not pulling them out and counting them. I'm just grabbing them from the pile. Alrighty. Get those a little more oriented. There's 147. And we have another one of these on top of it. There we go. And then we do it again. And again for 3 layers, it looks like. One, 2. So when I get done, what I was trying to say earlier, when I get done with the drawers for the storage shelves for a while, wondering what to print next, and I'm thinking I'm going to do, since I have a subscription to Hexen 3D or whatever, they have a bunch of skull models. I'm going to do one that has a yin-yang on the side. One of the SCA groups I'm in, their symbol is, actually I can show you right here. Let me, give me a second here. That's the symbol. Oops, sorry. Yeah. And what I'll do is I will do the skull probably in a black filament. And all right, so then we have There's one flat top here. And gray cone on top. Ah, there it is. And I'll paint the other part of the yin yang red, and I think that'll be a nice accessory. All right, so this one goes here. Alrighty, and we're ready for the next section here. All right, so it's another all green one. So I have a flat top, a base, and two of these. Almost made it to the floor, but got stopped. Let's see. I think, okay, Melee Cormac looking good. Torrin, Gwen, that's pretty cool. I think we went over those. Erica, love it. And Gwen says, that's looking really awesome. Erica says, sorry, I've been listening, but chatting on Facebook to a friend with a sick husband. No worries on that. Erica, we're always happy to have you here. And actually, if you have anybody here with as however little or much attention you want to pay, this is for sharing, not for enforced compliance with watching. My channel is not that totalitarian. All right, and this one goes in here. And we have brown one here, and then a short red T connector here. And another brown extension piece, and another red T connector, and one more extension piece, external, and a tall one here. All right, that goes there. All right, then we need 7 of these brown ones with the single pin on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 28 of these leaves. I'll just grab them when I need them. And then the green ones of these. Also 7. I'll grab those since there's not that many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so we start with one of these. Then we take the leaves and orient them out from the center. Oops, let me catch up more chat. Gwen says, not quite sure that emoji. It looks like a drop of perspiration on a O face. And Eric says, I wish I could help more than just listening and commiserating. One doctor says one thing, another says the opposite. No answers, just frustration. She isn't well either, and insurance keeps denying meds. I am sorry to hear that. That always sucks. My roommate has health issues as well, and she has a lot of frustration with doctors. And Gwen says, you're there and you're listening. That might be enough. And Erica says, all I can do, and prayers, of course. And Melee says, Eric Olson, it's more than you think. And Erica, oh, I know. I like being here and enjoy it. It takes my mind off troubles, even if I have no crafty talents. No worries on that. You're always welcome. All right. So it looks like I need to make 7 of these. I'll just do that for this stage and then finish with the rest of assembling them after that. Oops. There we go. There's one. about an hour in. I think I still have a chance of getting this done in less than 2. The last bag is open and in the box. 2. Okay, actually, let me go ahead and set that in place too. That should help keep it from coming apart accidentally. So I got 2 of them in place now. Once this one is pressed in, there we go. All right. One. 2. And 3. And 4. Oh, Connor, speaking of the kimchi discussion last night, when we were out and my wife and roommate were talking about kimchi, we all have a mutual friend who apparently is living in Korea at the moment, or was at one point in time, and we were talking about somebody who knew them, who or sorry, another mutual friend who had a boyfriend who was trying to make kimchi, and he made it, and the friend sent a picture of it to the one that was living in Korea, and apparently, I don't know if you're familiar with an Amish dish called chow chow, which is basically a bunch of vegetables chopped up and then preserved in a jar, canning process. But basically, they're very square, cubic, diced up vegetables that they use in them. And the person who was living in Korea apparently just broke out laughing at the picture and said, "That's the cutest little kimchi I've ever seen." Because as from what I've seen and what I believe you probably know much better than I do, most kimchi I've seen uses like the long string cut type for the vegetables, where they are not like little blocky things. And they were discussing that my wife may want to try and make kimchi because when we go to Penzik, when she went last year, she only found one place that had any kimchi at all. This is like in Butler, Pennsylvania. And it apparently was not good kimchi. So she's thinking about hitting our local Korean market and picking up a bunch of different varieties of kimchi to take with us for the event. So she has stuff to eat and cook with. And we were discussing, when this was brought up, we were discussing the possibility of Mrs. Torin going ahead and making her own kimchi, and the fact that she knows how to make the vegetables the right shapes. So anyway, that was a little bit of humor from last night's dinner that I thought I'd share. Yeah, we are almost all 7 of these layers here. All right, and okay, that's reasonably squared up, in my opinion. All right, so now we take this and we put these on upside down. It looks like we alternate the, there we go. We alternate the orientation. So 2, 3. Did I miss one? Because I got 3 on here. Oh, I see. Okay. The pole doesn't extend the whole way up. And oops, that orientation. And once the pole is bypassed, they just stick together on the signal post there. All right, and one more. All right, so after this, we have 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and 1 of these. All right, so, oops. Okay, so these go at 120 degrees. And this goes on top. And get it seated properly. There we go. And then this goes like that. All right, and let's see where this one goes. Getting pretty close to 181. All right, so that one goes here. There we go. Oops. Rotate that 90 degrees. There we go. All right, so next one, we have a 2x2 green low profile and one of these weird gray things. And that goes here. And we have another one that goes parallel to it. And then we have another 2x2 low profile with pegs on the top. We do 2 more of these gray ones. 1 and 2. And then we do a flat top. And we're already up to 168. All right. Next thing we do is we have one of these and a bright green cone. Okay. I heard roughly where it landed. I don't see it. Ah, there I see it. Oh, and as I have to, sorry about the vibrating camera. As I have to get it out of the way, here's the wheel for the stuff there. Give me a second here while I grunt and groan and reach over for the. I'm going to cheat and use the sword. There we go. All right. Let me catch up with chat. It's been a bit. Let's see. Okay, Manly Cormier says never had kimchi. Sorry, I can say it. I just can't read it. Connor says, yeah, there are a few different kinds of kimchi, such as green onion kimchi, cabbage kimchi, radish kimchi, etc. Radish kimchi is cut into cubes. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see. Gwen says, I've never tried kimchi. I haven't had a lot of it, but it is spicy and it's a little hard to describe. I haven't really eaten a lot of it. It's mostly I've just tasted it. But it's definitely like a pickle type veggie for the one varieties I've had. Mia says, Connor, how's the driving going? And Connor says, Melee, Gwen, it's good stuff. One of those side dishes that pretty much goes well with anything. They did have, I think it was kind of like a strip veggie kimchi that I enjoyed. I don't know. I think it was possibly a variety of radish, but I could be wrong on that. But it was very tasty and I enjoyed it. Connor says, Melee, driving is going good. Finished a few jobs. Not addicted at all. Yep, I'm hoping to at least get a few things set, get it set up, or I can run a little bit tonight. I may stream if it goes well. I may not. I'm not going to put pressure on myself. I figure I'm a little more likely to get it up and running if I do that. And Mary says, Connor, I'll put it on my list to try one day. I did mention on Aussie's stream, but I don't know if it got read. But when we were at the Seattle airport at a transfer between planes, they had a one of the restaurants in the airport, not so much restaurant, but like a place that had, it was like a sandwich shop. They had a kimchi and cream cheese grilled sandwich that my wife absolutely adored. She said she'd never expect them to go together, but they went together really well. Okay, so one of those. And let's see, 3 of the leafy green ones. And, so we're doing bamboo here. All right, and 1 of the long ones. And 3 of, and that one on the floor under the book. Let's see. I can tell because it hit my shoe. There it is. Don't fall out of the chair. That would not be good, YouTube. At least not for the ones that I would like to be a good part of. All right, so we start off with a cone and something just fell on the floor. Yeah. Same bloody thing. All right. Then we have the 2 of these, so they'll stop rolling off the table for me. And then we have the ball joint. Okay, that's all the way in. We flip it around, and then this one goes in here. All right, and then we have this goes here. The light green one goes there, opposite. And then we have 2 more. And one more there. And there. All right, so that's one. Next one is ball joint. Actually, I might set them up here so they don't roll off. 1 cone. 3 of the extensions. And that fell in there. Probably want to get that out. Yeah. Let's put it on the other side of there. Hopefully that'll keep it from. And let's see if I can get it out. There we go. All right. And green one there. 3 of the leaves. And 3 of the spiky fronds. 1, 2, and 3. And long brown one. All right, I think that's all for this one. Let me keep up with chat. I'm sorry about that. Melee says, Connor Harrison, I don't have the game, but watching Megan Flux and Hayden play is really funny. Connor says, Gwen and Melee, make sure to get the Korean brand kimchi. The American Western brands use slightly different ingredients and don't taste quite the same. I am fortunate that there is an actual Korean market not far from where we live, where they have quite a few varieties of commercial produced in Korea kimchi, plus they make kimchi at the store as well to sell, quote unquote, fresh. And Mary says, Connor Harrison, noted. And Gwen says, got it. And Erica says, I've never had kimchi either, but then I'm generally not a fan of pickled or fermented foods. And Mary Cormier says, and now Torn has the game also. I actually did get the whole game and all the DLC as well. Gwen says, spicy. Well, if it's spicy, I won't be able to eat it. That's sad. Yeah, kimchi, in my experience, which is admittedly not a lot, is usually spicy. Gwen says there's a white cabbage kimchi, which is not spicy. Hey, that's good to know. I will have to recommend that people I know that can't handle hot stuff. And Gwen says, oh, that's cool. I like cabbage. And Melee says, I always think of Avatar when I hear cabbage. And Callie J says hi. Hey, Callie J, welcome to the stream. We're pretty close to being done with this one, but still got a little while left to go. All right, so that one's done. So we will start with this on here. And then these going here. And there. Yay, none of them fell on the floor. Then we put the ball joint in here. Flip it around. This goes here. Make sure it's seated. There we go, seated properly. And then we have alternating spiky and light green fronds. All right, so that's there. 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 Yeah, there we go. I'll make sure it's kind of like, it looks like it's spread around. And the light green goes opposite the spiky, darker green fronds. All right, so then we have the shorter one standing up. There we go. And the larger one going at an angle. And all right, so that looks like that's how that goes. And let's set these there for a moment. All right, so we have 2 of the light green spiky fronds and 2 of the broadleafs and 1 button, 1 more ball joint, and looks like we have the black rod here and cone, and one straight one. All right, so stand that one up so it doesn't roll off the table. All right, so that goes there, and this goes there. Ball joint in there, and black rod in there. There we go. It's not wanting to line up. All right, so we have a light green spiky frond going. There we go. Oops. Mess up the page. All right, so okay, and then this one. There. And oh, we only need one of those. Okay, and this goes here. All right, and this one goes there. And then we have one black rod, one ball joint, and two of the light green spikies. One, that's already out. One button connector, a cone, and a single extension. All right, let's, oops. Okay, that goes together there. Oh, we have two of these. Ah, there we go. All right, one and two, and the ball joint. Sure that's in. All right, and flip it over. Rod goes in. Make sure that's seated. And then we have one and one. Come on, seat properly. There we go. And there. And this one goes in here. There we go. Oops. That fell off the top. Let's get that back on. There we go. All right. And that's kind of more where that should be. All right. Actually, this one's supposed to be more straight. And there we go. All right, so this one goes. Okay. That orientation. Yep. Okay, and then we have this last one here. All right, so it is the standard. Make the base with the side hole. We are almost done here. All right, so once I got that done, then we have this one here. All right, so There we go for that. And one of these, and two of the dark green fronds. And the way it goes is this one's here, and okay, this frond goes that way, and this frond goes this way. There we go. Like that. All right. And on to 179. Whoops. Let's see. All right, so this one gets mounted that way. All right, and we have two of these, one and two, and two of these yoke type ones. Almost out of pieces, so I'm pretty close to the end. All right, so take one of these and mount it this way. All right, and this gets mounted. All right, so this gets mounted. No, that actually goes further down. Okay, and let's try that again. This one gets mounted this way. And the other one, okay, again that way, again that way. And one of the dark green fronds, which gets mounted this way, and this mounts on this one this way. And then we take these two here and 6 of the dark fronds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, and the way these get mounted is something like this. We have one going this way, and one going this way, and one going this way. Okay. So 2 of them like that. Again, we have one facing out, and facing that way, and facing that way, and this one gets mounted here like that. Get it on without breaking everything up. So I'm going to pop this yoke off. Yeah, maybe not. Let's try this again. Not having a lot of strength in your hands is not making this easier. Let's try it this way. If I take this off And then put this through here. There we go. Got it through. And then put that back there. All right. So that's there. Okay, so have this here. All right, and okay, so this faces up, and that faces up, and then we take this one, and this goes on here. Take that one off for the moment, just so I can make sure I'm getting this in properly. There we go. And then this goes on top. All right, so yoke goes there. This goes here. All right, I think that's the correct orientation. That was 180, and on to 181. And this one faces out. All right, let's rotate that a little bit so that it doesn't hit the other one. And I think we've got it. Let's go ahead and show it to you folks. I want to make sure I don't let any of the trees fall out since they're basically only in by gravity. We have a little view on the tea for the tea ceremony. And our Tranquil garden is done. All right, let me catch up with chat real quick and then see where I can send you folks for a redirect. Maley says, hey, Callie J. And Erica says, hello, Callie J. And Gwen says, hello to Callie J. And Connor, Callie J. Hoy. And Gwen says, I'd like to take this moment to thank everyone for joining this fun-filled, action-packed LEGO stream tonight. Please hit that like button and share with your friends. Thank you very much for that reminder, Gwen. And Mary says, always fun to hang out with you all. And Gwen says, it's like having friends over for a cup of whatever everyone is drinking and sharing their stories with each other. And Maley Cormier says, Gwen, exactly. Maley says, wonderful. Gwen says, my coffee is gone. Time to switch to Pepsi Zero Sugar. And Connor Harrison says, pretty. Thank you very much for that, Con. And Gwen says, that's very nice, Torin. All right, let's see who's available to send you folks to if you want to go to someone else. Oh, and I forgot to turn on monetization. Oh, well, let me quickly turn that on now. That's basically for ads, so it's okay if it doesn't happen while you guys are watching. All right, save that. Super chats are essentially on unless I specifically turn them off. All right, and customization. All right, live chat replay is selected. All right, let's see who we have for redirect. All right, I don't see anybody live unless somebody wants to suggest somebody. A couple of people I follow have like 8 pre-scheduled one or 9 pre-scheduled ones, so they're taking up a lot of the screen. All right. Yeah, that's all I see at the moment. So sorry, no redirect. All right, and let's see. Amanda Cormier says, thanks for the stream. Take care, everyone. See you later. All right, we're going to go ahead and end this one. And always, everybody, stay safe and happy braiding.